Well, hello, and it's New Year's Eve, and we want to talk about New Year's resolutions. So stay with me. I got a lot to say. Well, hello, Janet Morena, Executive Director of Priest for Life. Happy New Year's Eve. Okay, so lots happening on New Year's Eve, as you know. I'm originally from New York, and I have to say, I've never been to Times Square on New Year's Eve. I don't think I would ever want to do that. Okay. But everyone celebrates New Year's Eve differently. I've had a whole broad spectrum of ways of doing it, from having big family parties and all kinds of things. Probably this year it's going to be a little more low key. Tomorrow I'm going to have a lot of people over for New Year's Day celebration of a nice dinner in the afternoon. But other than that, that's about my way. But let's just think for a minute about what's your New Year's resolution going to be. And I saw some very interesting facts on the news this morning. First of all, talking about our cell phones. Do you know the average adult and from teenager on up, cell phone usage is just through the roof? So here's a good New Year's resolution I think we could all do, and I'm gonna do this one too. When we're having a meal, okay, with family or friends, whether it's in home or in a restaurant, you see this handy dandy device, I'm going to just keep it in my purse on silent. I think that's a good resolution. Spend time with the people you're with. So a little bit less of this device, okay? For those of you, by the way, who have trouble sleeping, looking at your cell phone laying in bed is one of the worst things you could do, or your iPad. Studies have shown screen time doesn't help your brain calm down to sleep. So maybe less screen time would be stop. Maybe reading the Bible instead, laying in bed, might be a tad better than playing around with your cell phone. So these could be some very simple, they don't cost you anything, but some simple resolution ideas. I know I'm going to implement them. I am going to read the Bible in a year. Father Mike Schmidt has a great everyday kind of thing. You can just listen to it. He takes you through the whole Bible starting tomorrow. And there are other ones. Just Google them out there. One thing Father Frank Pavone always reflected when he was my parish priest on is that the Lord gives us, God gives us on New Year's a clean book. So I have here a clean book, see? And I'm going to open it up for you. See? Empty pages. That's the great thing about New Year's Day. God is giving us, look, a clean, empty book. And what God is saying to us is, child of God, you have a new year. So whatever happened in the past, it's in the past. Press stop on the tape in your mind. Stop replaying all the hurts and injuries of this 2024 year. And believe me, I've had quite a few, but I'm pressing that tape recorder. I'm going to take them out of my mind. Stop. God's given us all, brothers and sisters, a new book to write on for this year. Some good things that might happen, maybe challenges, but let's forget the past and let it go and welcome in a new year. We don't know what's going to happen, but we've got a clean book. And get out your clean book and think of it that way. Another thing I found was a cute pad. It says, it always seems impossible until it's done. So that's my little notepad to start off the new year, right? Just to jot down little to-do items for my work and other things. But, I thought that was a cute phrase. It always seems impossible until it's done. And then finally, I picked up, I don't remember what store, but Daily Prayer Journal. 365 Bible verses to inspire you all year long. And look what it has. It has the Bible verse and a few pages where you can write a reflection. So that's going to be one of the tools I use. I'm also going to be doing a lot more healthier things. This year, I did pretty good. I lost 30 pounds, not bad. But I really want to lose some more weight and stay healthy. And so, no, I'm not going to join a gym and get sucked into all these fancy programs, because you're going to get them on your phones. Like everyone wants to give you something, right? You can do it really free. It's called portion control. I started taking a smaller plate from my closet when I dish up for something. And guess what? You eat less and slow down eating. Oh, and my doctor suggested drink 1 8-ounce glass of water before each meal. Because you know what that does? It kind of fills up your tummy a little bit ahead of time. Very good thing. Drink more water. That's what I'm going to be doing. And of course, praying more. Right? Wait, simple tricks like when you're laying in bed in the morning, just when you open your eyes, I always say, okay, Jesus, thank you. I woke up. That's a miracle in itself. We got it. God gave us another day. So anyone want to tell me about New Year's resolutions before we go? I'm asking, you can continue to comment and talk about your resolutions, but it's a nice thing to write them down. It's a nice thing, like I said, less cell phone use, more time with your loved ones, because life is so precious. We never know. We have no guarantees. We do have a little bit of excitement because we did get a great victory in this election, and we have a new president coming in a few weeks. But the job is not done. We're going to have to all work together, kind of influencing our politicians, pressuring them to keep moving, and prayer. The new president and his administration needs a lot of prayer, because you know what? The devil's going to be working overtime to try to stop us. And we know they want to try to defund Planned Parenthood. Can you imagine the miracles that could happen this year? But they're only going to happen if we're all praying together and just embracing this new year and each day with the joy of the Lord. Wake up, thank the Lord, be happy with the blessings he's given you. And when the struggles come, it's when you have your faith. That's what helps you get through any struggles that might lie ahead in this year. So let's go over it. 1, 2, 3, what we're going to be doing. Less time with our phones, more times talking to friends and family, right? I don't want to hear about any cell phones at the dinner table. That's a good idea, okay? And yes, more praying. Get up and thank the Lord in the morning. Thank him again at night before you go to bed, laying in bed. You don't have to have a whole bunch of fancy prayers. Sometimes just talk to Jesus, we'll convo with him. And that is the best way to fall asleep. And drink more water, be healthy and happy in this new year. Pray for good health, like I'm seeing here. Absolutely praying for good health. And yes, no cell phones. Woohoo. Well, or less of them. I think back, when I was growing up and all this jazz, we had rotary phones back in those days. And I can remember, back when my kids went to school, they didn't go to school with cell phones. They weren't invented yet. And guess what? If my kid got sick at school, I heard from the school nurse. What a thought, So maybe we also need to have our young people don't use iPads and cell phones as babysitters if you can. It's one thing to keep them occupied for a short period of time, but let's also reduce screen time for our young ones too. I've seen babies in strollers with iPads. Come on, take it away while they're strolling around and let them look at the environment and things around them. Happy child, Anyway, I wish all of you a very happy, holy, blessed year. Remember what I told you, God's given you a clean new book. Let's use our new book wisely, and let's embrace this new year at midnight tonight, even if some of us are asleep, with the joy of the Lord. This is Janet Morana, Executive Director of Priests for Life. May God bless each and every one of you. See you next year.